I'm not saying that women have figured out dating or the opposite sex either.
I decided to do a deeper look into Hannah Cox's video on dating and red pill advice because I feel like it is a very good example of the kind of corruption that we're talking about. Once you strip away the layers of willful self-delusion, or perhaps not even willful, accidental self-delusion, and get down and really crack the core, the salt dome of unintended truth, the presentation of unintended truth. So that analysis, I think, is really critical to bring out all of the truth that's sort of hidden under the surface of Hannah Cox's video. So without further ado, here's me in a lab coat.
But what I am saying is that when I see women talking about dating online, their solutions are usually involving things like working on themselves.
This is psychotic. Now you might ask, Allison, why is this psychotic?
Truly independent woman. What do I mean by that? The true essence of independence, where you are not affected by somebody else. You are detached. You are your own self. You're not the victim who reacts to him, and you are not trying to prove something to him, but you are an entity within yourself, and you thrive and you grow.
Imagine instead we are talking about friendship rather than a relationship with a man. And let me go through that again with that in mind. Just keep it in mind that you're talking about a friend and not a companion of a romantic nature. The true essence of independence from your friends is where you are not affected by your friends. You are detached from them. You are not a victim who reacts to your friends, and you're not trying to prove anything to your friends, but you are an entity within yourself who thrives and grows without friendship. This invites the question of, why are you friends with this person? You were talking about your friends in terms of independence from, detachment from, not being a victim of, and thriving without. Would you not then conclude that you have shitty friends, or you are a shitty friend? Now, what's the difference here? The difference is that we presume that we trust our friends. So we don't have to set up this highly aggressive form of independence from our friends because our friends aren't in our lives to cause us trouble. We have a word for that. That word for a person who you know, who is dangerous to you, that you have to keep your distance from emotionally, it's called enemy. That she's regarding whoever she has this emotional intimacy with, I use intimacy very generously, to be some form of an enemy. I'm in a battlefield and he's my enemy. I gotta retain distance. Stay out of the no man's land. Gotta build a trench of independence and emotional detachment. I gotta hide behind my machine gun nest of I won't be a victim of you. This is what Hannah Cox presents as the ideal attitude of a woman towards relationships with men. Huh. Is this willful stupidity? Probably not willful. I hope you enjoyed that sneak peek of my analysis on Hannah Cox's video on dating, or philosophy of dating, shall we say. And if you're interested in seeing more, you want me to create more, because some of you have said that you would like to see more scripted content, or at least more edited content, then please go to feedthebadger.com/support and help us out for the month, because this is what I'm proposing. Okay? If you go and help us out, you will guaranteed have access to the full scripted amount. And if we hit the goal, the current goal for the month, I will make it all available to everyone on the channel. So we'll make it public. So if you help, you will get access, and you will also help to make sure other people get access. So we can sort of incentivize making sure that we are able to continue to create this content. So once again, if you would like to support making my analysis of Hannah Cox dating philosophy available, then go to feedthebadger.com/support and get us to the next goal. And it's not too far away, so I think it's entirely doable by this Friday. And if you do that, you'll get access to it and you'll help everybody else get access to it. Win, win, win. And I just wanted to say that I think it's really critical to analyze things like what people like Hannah Cox are putting out. And the reason why is because you see how this whole attitude that men oppress women, that the feminist conjecture, which has basically become the baseline attitude between the sexes, you see how it has actually corrupted women's attitude towards their relationships with men. And not just dating, but their actual relationships with men, making it really almost impossible to form that kind of a romantic connection. And I don't think Hannah Cox is even aware that she is a symptom of that corruption. And the way that we see it is by subjecting it to a deep and rigorous analysis. We take it to its logical conclusion. We point out where certain lenses have been applied to make things make sense, which really don't make sense. I hope you noticed that from this one. Like, it really doesn't make sense to have such a combative attitude in a relationship which is supposed to be one of mutual benefit. Like, we're not talking about facing an armed enemy across like battle lines. This is a relationship. Men and women are supposed to get something from each other, reciprocate, and want to benefit each other. Like that's the ideal. And yet the attitude is incredibly aggressive. Well, where does that come from? That comes from the ubiquitous conjecture that men oppress women. It's downstream of it. And we need to see this. We need to call it out. Otherwise, we're going to be living it out. So if you would like to see that, if you would like to see my in-depth analysis, then please go to feedthebadger.com/support. Let me take a breath so I can continue talking. Feedthebadger.com/support and put a few shekels in the hat. You will definitely guaranteed get access, and you will also be helping other people to get access. So win, win, win. Yay! Thank you for your kind attention, and hope to see you on the flip side with the full analysis.